What loophole did you exploit for years before someone found out? Growing up, I worked at a chain grocery store. They had a policy in place that if an item price label didn't match the scanned price in the computer, the first item was free and any subsequent items would be for whichever price was lower. Every few months an elderly woman would come in and spend 4 to 5 hours shopping. When she would come up to the register, she would have a full cart and near everything would be free. I had to ring her out a handful of times and only caught a few items overall that she was wrong on. At one point, she found a comforter BBB mislabeled and got it for free 40 to 50 sticker price. More than once the store manager would watch her on the store cameras to ensure she wasn't switching the stickers, but never saw her do anything sneaky. Just very calmly looking over every item shelved one at a time. Eventually the policy changed and she stopped coming in at all. TL/DR store managers hate this one simple trick. There is a grocery chain that switches their ads out on Wednesday night for the new ad on Thursday. They have a policy: if the item rings up wrong, you get the item for free. My local store sucks at pulling down the new ad, so I go shopping on Thursday and just grab all the items that the signs are still up for. I walk out with at least 10 to 12 items every week because they are too lazy. There is an app for a local burger chain where it allows you to roll the dice to get a code for a free double patty burger upgrade. It was designed so you could only try it once per day, and it even shows the date of the roll on the code so the cashier could verify it. However, I found out that you can just change the date on your phone and try again immediately. If you got nothing, change it again and just keep going until you get the code. Then, when you got the code, you change the date back to current date and the app updates the code so it looks like you rolled it today. I got free burger upgrades for years until they finally got rid of the feature altogether. I don't know if anyone ever figured out this exploit. They removed it for other reasons. Hungry Jack's Aussie Burger King has a check-in on your phone and get a random deal thing. A few years back, I ended up rolling a full combo meal. Took a screenshot and got free food for months because they never checked if it was legit or not. My friend used to restock condom machines in pubs and collect the money from them. The machines would always break and get jammed all the time, but because it was condoms, no one would ever tell someone that the machine ate their money. He would just count how many condoms were gone and give that amount of money to the company and pocket the rest. Edit. I meant to also say he moved on to another job. Apparently the next person that did it collected all the money correctly and threw all their figures out. I broke the cycle. I had that happen to me, and told the pharmacy the machine just stole my cash. Well, that was useful, because the next time the exact same thing happened. Wasted embarrassment. When I was a kid, there was a payphone down the street that if you put your quarter in, made a call but no one answered, it would give you back 2 quarters. Went there all the time and called home when I knew no one was there to answer. My friend and I would go around to the payphones at the mall and do the trick where you repeatedly press the lever that hangs up the receiver and out popped a handful of quarters. My friends would just hit it until it released all the coins. You can do this with humans too. Okay. Mario. I went to a sporting goods store and they asked me for my phone number when I was paying. I was in a bad mood and didn't want to fight with the clerk, so I told them our local area code 555-1212, which is the old number for directory assistance. Clerk accepted it and I left. When I checked my receipt, I had a huge number of loyalty points, because apparently a ton of other people did the same thing. I called the office the next day and switched the account to my new address. A half dozen times over the next few years, I went and got free stuff with all the points that I kept racking up as one of their most loyal customers. Edit. Wow. I've never had a comment blow up like this before. Thanks everyone. Totally made my day. 867-5309 often works for this as well. Years ago I was a season ticket holder for an awful NBA team. My tickets came electronically via PDF. I had okay seats in the upper part of the lower bowl. But nothing great. Anyway. On nights where I knew it would be empty, which was most nights unless a superstar like Kobe or LeBron was in town, I would use the full version of Adobe Acrobat to edit the PDFs to indicate a much better seat location than mine. The barcode still scanned just fine because I didn't mess with it. But when the usher took my printout, all he saw was that I was sitting on the floor. Got away with it for years until the team actually got good for a while and the place was packed. The McDonald's app used to have an entry in the order book for garlic parmesan fries that you only found through the search option. It cost $0.00. Every time I ordered it I got free regular fries. Also you can set the drink option on Happy Meals to coffee. Which is not really a loophole but handy. In Spain you can get a beer with the Happy Meal. I was really good friends with my building superintendent super at a job I have since left. He was also the super for several other buildings in downtown. My friend, the super, got a terminal cancer diagnosis, and on his last day at the building he gives me an envelope with what appeared to be a parking garage card inside. He said, "Physical, you have been such a great friend, I wanted to give you my key to the kingdom. It should save you a lot of money because it works in every city-owned parking garage in downtown." I left that job in 2012 and to this day the card still works at over 12 parking garages in downtown. Go see a concert or sporting event. Swipe the card for the arena, no longer the official name garage. Need to park at the courthouse or city hall garage? Swipe the card. Want to go see a movie or go to a club or park? Swipe, swipe, swipe. Free parking day or night. Bruce, you left us way too soon. But gave me a gift that just never stops giving. Miss you, buddy. And thanks for saving me a ton of money. Parking meters took credit cards. But they weren't actually connected to a live network at all times. The machine just confirmed the card number was valid and was not expired. Then spit out a valid pass. So when my card number got stolen and replaced, I kept my old, cancelled card. Of course, when the system tried to run the card later it would be declined. My car and I were long gone by then. Sadly they wised up and now it charges your card before giving you a pass. There used to be this app called Free Rice or something on Facebook back when it first came out. It was a widget, I think, where you could answer multiple choice questions and for each one right you would have a grain of rice donated to a family. While that was quite steep because a bowl of rice was a ton of grains. So I one day found out while playing that if I knew an answer 100% I could spam click the answer repeatedly until I got bored, and when the website finally loaded in my selection it would count as a ton of right answers. I eventually earned about 500,000 grains of rice for some family if they actually ended up donating it. Edit. Just to clear it up, I didn't do this over the course of a single day. I meant I found the loophole one day while playing the game normally. Abused the loophole every day after that though. E2. U/Colonel Popcorn mentions it was most likely 10 grains per right answer. Which sounds way more reasonable. Sorry about that. 1 grain would be hilariously bad. Worked out how to get the jackpot every time on a Connect 4 fruit machine in a pub I used to drink in. It would cost about 5 to 10 before you'd get into the bonus round. Then when you did, you'd play a Connect 4 game against the machine. You place the first counter. And then after the machine places the next counter, you mirror the machine's move. Every game ends in a draw. And you win the jackpot. Which was 50. The pub landlord removed the machine after around 3 months as it was regularly empty. Basically paid for my drinking and more for 3 months. Those machines normally operate on profit share with the machine owners, so it makes sense it was removed. When I was in school, they sent us home with a form for our parents to fill in. The idea was to collect updated contact information in case anything had changed, phone numbers, etc. If you were late to school, the school texted your parents to let them know. For myself, the usual punishment was a grounding. I was frequently late, so I filled the form with my own phone number and started to receive the text messages that were intended to tell my parents that I was late. Got grounded far less frequently after that. One week the local Chick-fil-A put a coupon in a local coupon magazine flyer, which was buy one, get one free. Any item on the menu. Next to that coupon they had a 50% off any menu item. I carefully checked, and neither coupon mentioned cannot be combined with any other offer anywhere on it. So I ran out to the local grocery store and grabbed a stack of these flyers. Sure enough, the next week the offer was gone. But it was too late to stop me. I spent almost 2 years as a grad student living almost exclusively off of 128-count nugget platters that I would get for 25% of the cost, first half off, second free. Place went under new management and they put up a sign saying they would no longer be accepting those coupons. Not entirely sure if that was due solely to me or if anyone else was pulling the same thing. I had about 20 coupon pairs left when they shut it down. I had a similar thing with my friend and canned tuna. We were shopping after our gym visit and came across some incredibly cheap tuna not even on sale. I think an ordinary can cost something like $1.05. But this was like 30 cents. So naturally we bought like 30 cans each on multiple occasions, and a few weeks later the price had gone up to something like $1.03 instead. I'd like to believe we were the culprits of that. Still ongoing. Thanks to a charge card I was granted top-tier elite status with a hotel chain. I downgraded 6 years ago, but the status remained. The hotel chain went through a merger, but since I had retained the status for over 10 years I was given lifetime top status in the new program that was created. What do you get for top status? They're allowed to stay in any room that's available in exchange for financial compensation. It's crazy. They even give a special card that allows them access to the room anytime during their stay. This is super weird and I haven't thought about it in years. But I suppose it was a loophole. Soda companies used to run giveaways where they would put a code under the cap and then you could enter the codes for points and get free stuff once you had banked enough points. I was a stock boy at a local grocery store and we had to take care of the bottle return machines also. Any loose caps and nasty soda juices would settle in the bottoms of the bags. So on slow nights we would cut the corner of the bags to drain and collect any loose caps, which I would then wash in the mop sink and take home to bank the codes. I ended up getting some sweet stuff like a few CDs, a zip-up sweatshirt, and even some decent noise-canceling headphones, LOL. Used to work at Starbucks like 7 years ago and they used to print these receipts where if you filled out a survey it would give you a 6-digit code which you could then exchange for a free drink. However, when you gave in the receipt with the code we would just toss it in the garbage and then give the free drink. So over a shift I would just keep all the survey receipts when people didn't want them. Write random numbers on them. Then keep a wallet full of free coffee. Since I already got tons of free drinks, I would give them to homeless people and explain it was good for a free coffee. Probably gave away like 100 free drinks. This is the most chaotic good thing I've heard today. Local casino issued a 20 free play coupon in the newspaper with no expiration date. I talked to the newspaper delivery guy and asked him about that copy and he told me he's got 100 of them in the van as they were a few days old now. I got all of them, clipped out the coupons and proceeded to make $19.50 every day after work for around 500 or so days. Not quite years. But pretty damn close. The casino never printed a coupon without expiration /1 per customer rules ever since. Explain the 0.50 to someone who has never been to a casino. It was a free play coupon, so I guess you had to play at least one game. Hand in the coupon and get 20 credit on a slot machine. Spin the reels once, then cash out the remaining 19.50 as your winnings. My old job, I worked at a pretty large gym, gold level. Like the third highest level. Monthly fee was $79 for the gold membership, but employees got a free diamond membership. Worked there for a year and a half before I quit. But my account was never deactivated. Been going there for a while completely free. Still not found out. Diamond membership is like $200 a month. For that money, do you get a free hand job after your workout? Or what? I wish, haha. Just access to all gym locations nationwide. I grew up down the street from Universal Studios and went there every day after middle school. Eventually we learned to go into the VIP line for rides, which nobody was ever in. When the guy stopped us and asked us for our VIP tickets, we just told them a high-up employee named Rick should have called it in. After 2 seconds on the radio trying to verify, every employee just gave up and let us through. We skipped lines for years with that method. And eventually ride attendants came to know us and just let us through. It was beautiful. One day we got bold though and snuck into the studio area. Guards caught us and asked us who we were with. We told him our fictional Rick told us we can be here. Well, the guards took radio verification way more serious. And managed to get a real Rick on the line. We waited for Rick to show up. Knowing we were busted. Rick showed up. Turns out he was actually the backlit manager at the time and gave us a strange look. The security guard asked us if we were with him and this dude said yes. He took us aside and asked us what we were doing, and we told him we just loved film and the studio atmosphere. He loved that 2 young kids were interested in his job and began taking us all around to the studios, allowing us to sit in on tapings of various shows and so on. Giving us a free pass to come back anytime. And line access. That might be the best one yet. I used to live in an apartment across the road from a casino whilst at university. They released an app where if you check in you get points that go towards free food and drinks. Because I was close enough to the casino, I could just check in without going to the casino itself. Every Saturday I used to get a free burger, fries and drink and watch sport in the sports bar. They eventually scrapped the app. It was awesome considering I was a broke uni student. I had a somewhat similar one. I worked in a renovated office building that had casino on first floor. Every month they would send me a promo pack that included 520 free plays. So periodically I'd go to lunch, put the 20 down on roulette red/black. And if I won, take the 20 and leave. Went on for around a year before they stopped sending me coupons. Got keys to a new flat on a Friday afternoon. The place had electric but it wasn't in my name. Went to the electric company just before closing and the lady said, "Flat 8 you say?" We only have record of 7 flats on that building. Tell you what, glances at the clock, come back Monday with the serial number on your meter. And we'll get you all hooked up. I never went back and enjoyed free electric for over 2 years until I moved out. Edit to clarify. When I say wasn't in my name, this was originally a large single dwelling property that had been converted into flats/apartments. My one, I guess, was a late addition and I was the first tenant. It simply wasn't registered to me or anyone. It's also standard here in the UK to pay the individual utility bills to the individual utility companies providing their services. My mum had a flat like that for years. Gas and electric. Contacted both the providers in the area and they both said the other one was supplying that flat and she never got a bill. That kind of situation is great. Totally guilt-free. Well, I did my part. If they have their heads up their asses that far, it's not on me.